Government has tabled a bill proposing implementation of value-added tax on electronic media and digital services. The move has drawn mixed reactions from stakeholders. This comes after the income tax bill was also tabled before Parliament with several amendments, including an increase of 5% to agent banking sector. If the bill is passed, digital services such as streaming platforms, e-books, online gaming, and software downloads will attract 18% of VAT. Electronic media, including online news sites and social media advertising, will also be subjected to VAT.
So the URA, therefore, has the capacity to collect this money via online systems. And we need to appreciate that fact, really, because as business migrates to go online, we have to equally migrate.
According to the Uganda Communications Commission, the country has over 27 million internet users, with an estimated 23 million accessing the internet via mobile devices. In emphasis, the Speaker of Parliament has said we need money as several projects like the Kampala roads and the pothole crisis won't be fixed on an empty resource envelope.
We need money. The potholes in Kampala are too much. Now, you cannot fix those potholes because you refuse to do it. I mean, we need the money to do that. Not everybody can contribute, but those ones who say they can be able to afford diapers like Anne can be the ones to help us.
The proposed VAT has elicited varying responses from stakeholders, with some expressing apprehension about its potential effects on the digital economy. Critics argue that the VAT could deter investment and impede growth of digital services. Meanwhile, some have criticized the Ministry of Energy for overlooking lucrative taxes like gold tax while focusing on smaller taxes.
Instructed the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development to present a report to Parliament relating to unpaid taxes on gold. And the House deferred her statement because it was incomplete, it was inadequate, and misleading, Right Honourable Speaker. The Minister is here to ask for leave to levy taxes, and the Minister has failed to collect taxes that we granted leave for collection. Would it be proper, Right Honourable Speaker, that we proceed to look for more taxes when the taxes that are available and the money available for which an SI issued, a social instrument issued, is expiring in less than 30 days from now, and the people concerned will walk away, the companies will walk away with over 600 billion money worth of gold taxes. The same companies never paid any VAT. Right Honourable Speaker. I'm talking about export taxes, 600 billion, VAT over 200 billion.
How would you then charge someone VAT over services accessed for no cost? For instance, live streaming on social media and other platforms, artistic work, crowd storage, citizens journalism, especially encompassing topical political issues and self-educating program packages, among others. Additionally, there is a higher likelihood of abuse of power granted to the minister to define whatever amounts to electronic services, which squarely usurps parliamentary legislation.
As legislators remain concerned about the payment processes and citing many companies that are non-residents, experts on the development economics have expressed their opinion on the matter, cautioning government to exercise caution before proposing multiple taxes.
We are targeting to tax eBay, Amazon, Facebook, as has been listed. The clarification I want to seek from the ministry is, who is going to be, how are you going to enforce this? Most of these companies are not resident here. The services are electronic. Who is going to issue the invoice? Who is going to pay? Because that's very important for us to determine the ultimate burden on whom it is going to fall. If you are going to buy services online, there is a price that has been stipulated by the supplier. He is not resident here. Is not going to issue an invoice.
By the time a private sector qualifies to provide goods and services to government, that's really a business that has grown to that level, both formally, but also in terms of scale. Now, majority of these businesses will borrow from the banking sector to come and provide these services to government. Now, we find it a big problem when government generates arrears to levels that are beyond 5 or even 7 trillion. That means this is a private sector we have not funded. This is a private sector, if not funded, is therefore not able to pay taxes, is unable to continue running as it used to, but is also generating non-performing assets in the banking sector where it borrowed. So you're literally beginning to undermine the banking sector, and the banking sector will now take on a risk-aversive mode, meaning it will slow down in its lending of the private sector. It will also begin to make high provisions levels that will undermine the profits of the banking sector themselves, which are also taxpayers.
Government is currently addressing a budget deficit and looking forward to expand its revenue sources. To this end, they have introduced a series of tax measures, such as the digital tax on social media, mobile money transactions, and the proposed tax bill will be up for debate in Parliament in the upcoming weeks, and it is uncertain what the outcome will be. Ronana Habwe, Smart 24 TV, Business Today.